Alright, so welcome. We are here at Super Arcade for Wednesday Night Fights. The tournament hasn't quite started yet, so I grabbed my friend, what was your name again?
Snake Eyez.
Snake Eyez. Snake Eyez is here with us to answer some questions. First things first, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
I want to ask you, because I don't feel like anyone ever has, why is it that you call yourself Snake Eyez?
The reason why I picked the name Snake Eyez is because I thought it was a cool name.
You're not like an avid gambler or anything like that? You're not craps tables at Evo every day?
Not at all.
Fair enough, fair enough. Big tournament just a few days ago, TFC, the Fall Classic. How did that go for you?
It was a really great experience, mainly because
Because you won the whole thing?
Right, yeah. I met a lot of friends that I recently saw most other tournaments, and I got a lot of games and a lot of casuals with a lot of players. I just hung out with a lot of people, and I had a lot of fun.
Cool. Glad to hear it. But congratulations on winning that whole thing. Ridiculous. With Zangief, not many people do that.
Right.
Now, one match in particular, I wanted to talk to you about the Pepe Day match. Right? He's a Fuerte player. At least I've always heard that Fuerte is a rough match for Zangief.
Yeah.
What was it like going into that and actually playing it?
Oh, you know what? Like before the exhibition, I was having like nightmares.
Really?
Not literally.
But you were worried about it.
Very worried. Yeah, he actually has a couple setups against Zangief that's extremely hard to get out of. I was mainly worried about that the whole entire time. It's basically where he knocks down Zangief, and then he does a meaty tortilla propeller, and if Zangief tries to escape, he can actually punish Zangief no matter what.
So you just have to sit there and block whatever's going on?
Yep, you have to backdash and then do the late wake up and hope he messes his incoming mix-up.
You're playing on the level where you have to hope he messes up. That's not a place that anyone ever wants to be.
Not at all.
Well, good stuff on winning that. Now, I was watching the stream a little bit, and they were saying that there was a lot of hype behind Pepe Day, which is weird for a Fuerte player a lot of times because people get frustrated by that game.
Very frustrated.
So I want to ask you, were people cheering against you or cheering louder for Pepe Day while you were playing him?
They were actually cheering louder for Pepe Day.
Yeah,
which was surprising to me because, well, not too surprising.
Well, you're home turf.
Home turf, yeah.
And they're cheering for the foreign guys.
Yeah.
So does that kind of thing affect you when you're playing in tournament? If you hear everybody else cheering for the other guy, and you're like, what?
Well, thankfully the headsets that they gave us were pretty loud, so I didn't really hear the crowd almost at all. I didn't really hear them.
Cool.
But I really actually like his play style. So when I like a player and then I'm playing them, it's kind of different. I don't really get frustrated. I start to really feel like what they're doing because I'm like, damn, if I would have played that character, I would want to do the same thing he's doing. So it just becomes interesting.
Fun to play with, and top level, and you can learn from each other. And no, I hear you. So now, you versus Sanford Kelly. That's right. Because he's part of the bad guys on the East Coast, right? Yeah. And here are some of the good guys on the West Coast.
Of course.
He beat you the first time you guys played in winners, right?
He did.
How bad was that? Was it rough or was it close?
He barely won.
Barely took it. Okay.
Yeah, barely.
But of course, everyone knows Zangief versus Sagat. That's a hard match, right?
Very hard, yeah.
What did you do when you played him in losers that changed things up?
Surprisingly, it became outside. It was more of an outside 9-game match where Sanford is actually the type of player that has like body movement when he plays. So I was like, okay, because I've never noticed that the past few times I've played him at NEC. So when he beat me right out of pools when we played in top 8. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just be very careful against this guy. I'm gonna watch his body movement. And, I'm just kind of ignore his body movement and do what I want to do, And it kind of worked out for me. But I mean, the fact that I won doesn't really feel like an actual win because it just felt like I got kind of lucky,
Really?
Yeah.
So you just made the right reads at the right times, but it could have gone the other way?
Very easily, yeah. Very easily.
Rolling off of that, how do you feel like the West Coast and the East Coast stack up against each other right now?
Not to put the East Coast on blast, but a lot of players on the West Coast are a lot better.
So you think that the West Coast is better than the East Coast? So Snake Eyez thinks that the West Coast is better than the East Coast. Right on.
Not about too much, but
no. And shout outs to those guys. They're legit. There are our competition, our rivals, and they keep it fun, right?
Of course.
Very good. So now we're talking about Pepe Day, and you have the Japanese, and a couple of them recently have said that Zangief is like in the realm of being a top 5 in the cast. I know you don't agree with that, do you?
I don't really agree with that.
Why not?
I think there are a lot of characters that are better than Zangief. I wouldn't name them, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much
Too many,
the
right?
basic ones. Yeah, like Evil Ryu. Let's see, Evil Ryu.
Well, there are characters that have a lot of tools, and Zangief kind of has a one or two track game that he plays. Right. So I guess like that's what I would argue. I don't know, but you wouldn't say Zangief's top 5. Would you say he's top 10?
I would say he could be top 10. Yeah,
Maybe.
He could be, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because here's the thing, like the neutral game is much more important now, and Zangief's neutral game is pretty good. So he probably moved up a couple tiers.
Here's the thing, you play very, I almost say traditional, like the guys that would play, like I talked to Watson about you at one point, and he says Snake Eyez plays fundamental. He plays footsies, and that's it. It's nothing special, it's nothing flashy. But a lot of the people in today's community that play SF4, especially a lot of the new people, all gimmicks, all flashy combos, all pizzazz. Setups.
Yeah.
And you play more just walk back and forth, footsies, and then counter hit you when I finally make my opening.
Right.
Do you think that's the way to play this game?
I think it slightly depends on the character you play, because with a character like, say, C Viper, you cannot play well, you can play fundamentally, but her strengths doesn't lie in fundamental play.
True.
Yeah, so.
Whereas Zangief's going to get 1,000,000 damage on you for his reward.
Right.
Off
Yeah.
the footsies.
And there's a couple other characters like that too. I think Evil Ryu is actually a fundamental character. Yeah. There's a couple other characters too. But,
Now, you recently gave your tier list to us at EventHubs, and you put one of the biggest arguments that came up was the fact that you put Zangief and Guy as a 5-5 matchup. Right. Now, I've been here at Wednesday Night Fights. I don't know how many of the people that are seeing this have experienced this, but Mark Teddy, our resident Guy player, does not agree with you on that one.
He doesn't.
And he's never beaten you in tournament, right?
He hasn't.
And you keep saying over and over again to make Mark so mad that Zangief is a 5-5 against Guy. Why do you think he's a 5-5? Because I feel like most people are on the side of Marcus here, that they don't think that that's a close matchup. In fact, the rest of the EventHubs voters, I think, put Guy as Zangief's best matchup. So why do you think it is that they're 5-5?
I don't think it's a static 5-5. I think it's 5.5.
Okay.
But EventHubs doesn't have that. As
You can't go halfway now. You got to go 5 or 6.
Yeah, so I just kind of rounded it down.
Fair.
But it's not too bad of a matchup for Guy.
You don't have to give away the secret to winning as Guy, but like, what is the general area that he does well in? Like, is it his footsie's game? Is it his, I don't know, keep away what?
Right. I think Guy does best at the range where his stand strong hits at the tip. It outranges a lot of Zangief's pokes. And here's the thing, a lot of Guy players, they're too rushdown happy. They love to do run stop after the target combo. You don't have to do that. You can just target combo, and if it hits, you confirm into whatever you want to confirm into. And if it doesn't hit, you're safe. You don't have to run. And it gives Zangief a significant amount of pushback when he gets hit with that, so you can keep forcing Zangief back and back to the corner. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, every Guy player I play against, they just run, stop, and
That's how the character tends to play in every other matchup.
Every other matchup, right.
So you got to change your ways a little bit and play it totally different.
True.
To beat Zangief.
And Mark Teddy, he actually told me, he said it was a bad matchup for Guy because he has to play differently. When he said that, I kind of just walked away because...
Like, I don't want to have to change my gameplay to win.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's fair, saying something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so finally, before we get out of here, you qualified for the Capcom Pro Tour.
True, yeah.
That is nitty-gritty, some of the best you're going to be playing with. And there's only like 16 of you, right?
16, I think.
All right. There's not a lot of you.
Yeah.
How are you going to prepare for that?
I don't even know, man. I remember playing a significant amount of those players, like Daigo. I'm not actually 100% sure who all is going, but I know most of these really strong players are going. I think I can beat pretty much everyone.
You're not because I know you got someone like Reinhardt's in there with the Sagat, you know. So
Yeah.
That's already scary. A lot of the Japanese are in there, and a lot of people like that you've played before and not necessarily beaten every time. You come here and it feels like you get comfortable just throwing us all over the arcade here. You know?
That's true.
But it's gonna be some new competition.
You never know.
Right?
Well,
So-
you know what? Coming here, even though I have like static matchups here, I still feel like coming here is beneficial for me to play. You know, I can get that fresh warm up. I feel like every time I play, I want to figure out something new. So I never get caught in like this one-dimensional way of playing. I always try to keep myself open to new things.
You should write a book. I think everyone would read your book.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, man, Steve, for being here. Guys, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing, and we're gonna get Wednesday Night Fight started. So good luck to you, unless you play me, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you.